You're watching ABC 36 on your side. Good Morning Kentucky with Lee Cruz and Haley Harmon. Today's Monday Morning Quarterback with Jeff Pecoro is presented by For the Love of the Game, located in Lexington.
All right, it is time for Monday Morning Quarterback with Jeff, and we're talking about Kentucky football. We're going to go talk about the loss this time, that brutal beatdown Missouri gave us at home, now making the Cats 5-2 and 2-2 in the SEC. Also, we'll get some Bengals stuff in there, but things are looking better for those guys in a minute. Jeff, first of all, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. Lee, yourself?
I'm okay. I guess the word we're going to talk about is undisciplined. I mean, that seems to be the bugaboo, because these guys had opportunities to turn it around or continue with the lead, and then they'd shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, I hate that term, shooting yourself in the foot, because you had opportunities there, but you made mistakes. Yeah. And they're mistakes that you brought on yourself. And like you said, they're undisciplined. It's immaturity. It's guys that thinking they're all-stars out there, and you're not. And you cannot lose your mind like that because it hurts your team. And now you have to, the older players, the upperclassmen really have to step up, because the coaches can only say so much to you. Right. But now the other players have to take over and really calm everybody down.
If you had an outing like that, though, where, selfish behavior took over your mind for a moment, what would Coach Claiborne do to you guys after a loss like that?
Yeah, it wouldn't have been, they can't do a lot of the stuff that we to do in practice. They're just not allowed to do that anymore by the NCAA. But it would have been tough, I'll tell you that. We'd have been in full pads Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Now, the passing game's got to get better, Jeff. So what can Liam Cohen do with Devin Leary? Because there seems to be an accuracy problem on occasion. He had that one route. Barron blew by his defensive coverage, and he was wide open, but he overshot him by 10, 15 yards. What do you think about that?
It's amazing, Lee, because when he throws it on the money, they
it's on the money.
And then when they're open, he misses them. Yeah. It's weird the way they do that, isn't it? I mean, because in practice it's there, but in the games they just can't get on the same page with each other. I don't know, and I played receiver. I don't know. You can't keep just drilling into the guys' heads, don't drop the ball, but they've got to be able to catch the football. I think that's the first thing.
But yeah, because there were several passes that he hit the guys right in the hands, and they couldn't bring it in. But, I heard this, too, and someone told me during the broadcast, some of the former coaches for Devin were talking about he's much more comfortable in up-tempo. And it does seem to me that when it's a quick release, he seems to be a little more accurate as opposed to just dropping back and reading coverage.
I would like to see him moving a little bit, get out of the pocket, meaning roll out or move the pocket a little bit, because he's not a big guy, height-wise either. We've seen a couple balls get knocked down every game, too.
Sure.
I'd like to see him move a little bit in that pocket.
Well, again, they got a bye week coming up, and Tennessee is the next opponent, so that's going to be a tough environment, but hopefully they can turn that around. Now, a team that has kind of turned it around a bit, the Cincinnati Bengals, who have now even 3-3, I believe. And Joe Burrow looked better, at least in the first half.
He does, but I'll tell you what's really helped the Bengals is their defense has really come on the last couple of weeks, too. And now they're relying on their defense. If the offense can get on the same page, running the football and throwing the football, I think they can be what we think. Burrow looked finally, really the last week or so, that the leg is behind him, that he's healthy again because he's moving in the pocket, and that's great for them. But he looks like he's 100%. If they can just get healthy, I think they're going to win 10, 11 games this year.
That defense looked great. Little Mike Hilton. I always like rooting for my little guys. I love that DB. He's great. All right, Jeff, thanks for the help, buddy. We appreciate it as always.
Thanks for God.
All right, that's Jeff Pecoro, sports director right there. Stay with us. We've got more Good Morning Kentucky coming up in just a moment.
Today's Monday Morning Quarterback with Jeff Pecoro is presented by For the Love of the Game, located in Lexington.